Welcome everybody to Keep Your Cool. This is your boy Ralas. And we're gonna get into it today. Yes, we are. Let me get my partners in crime for the MidNite Charlas. I'm gonna get Danny. Let me get Chupis. Give it a few minutes. We are gonna talk about the Leagues Cup round 32. We're gonna give our prediction. And let's see how many we get right and how many we get wrong. At the end of the day, it's been an okay tournament. I've been liking it so far. So far. Can't really complain. And no, people, this is not for you. That's for YouTube. These mics are meant for podcasting. So you basically hear my regular voice y acá se escucha bien chingona, así bien sexy para ustedes. Let me wait on my guys. Because 7-1, güey. No mames. 7-1. LAFC se pasó de verga. Mazatlán lost. Miami won, obviously. Who was the other game? Oh, Pachuca lost in penalties. That was a shock. Well, then again, didn't Atlas beat them in penalties? Or they just beat them straightforward? I forgot how they beat them. But regardless, I am shocked that they did lose in penales, which is I'm like, what the fuck? Danny, come on and join. Join. Oh, my bad. You already put it. What's going on? Oh, there you go. Mr. Fishman. ¿Cómo están esos pescados? Ah, con filtro, bien sexy. That was so random. I was like, what the fuck? So, we're going to predict the Leagues Cup, right?
Say it again. We're going to predict?
Yes. 32 rounds.
Okay.
32 rounds, verga. Round 32, 16 games. Ya pasaron 4. Before that, though, pasaron 4 games today. We didn't really watch them. We just saw highlights. What do you think de la goliza? 7-1. Were you shocked?
No, I wasn't shocked. LAFC ya tiene pues su team like good. Yeah, they had a chemistry and all that. Yeah, pues contra Mazatlán, right?
Juárez.
I don't think. Yeah, I get them mixed up. Mazatlán and Juárez. I don't know. Get them mixed up.
Because they're both chafas and they're both new.
7-1.
7-1. I was shocked that it was that much. But then again, sí hubo muchas golizas, ¿verdad? Como a Puebla y a Necaxa y a San Luis le metieron 5, I think. So, I mean, this is the worst one. So, out of the whole Leagues Cup, this was the worst defeat for any team, even though they did make it to round 32. I was shocked que perdió Mazatlán. I think when they beat Austin, which means that Austin sucks because Juárez les ganó también. And then when they beat Juárez, I was like, I think they have a strong team to win 1-0, 2-0. Ended up losing 2-1. Ni modo. Y luego, ¿quién era? Miami, that one's an easy one. I didn't expect Messi to score 2. That's the only thing I didn't expect.
It wasn't easy up until the second half. Yeah, cuando metieron el second goal.
Mm-hmm.
The first half, when they tied it, it was a good game.
Because you were watching it, no? I saw you in front. It was going back and forth. Because you even told me, let's see what kind of adjustments va a hacer Tata, if I remember.
Yeah.
Which he's not the one. He's not the one really managing the team. It's Messi and eso es, no vamos a hacer esto y punto. Che, boludo. So,
en el locker room, el Tata no habla Messi.
sí, mira, se va a hacer esto y ya. Y la hace Messi, shut up, just sit down. Just take the glory. Y luego, of course, were you shocked that Pachuca lost?
Was I shocked?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought they were going to take the win.
I didn't think Houston was that strong to win. Sí se fueron a los penales, and they missed in penales.
They lasted the 90 minutes.
Yeah, so eran 0-0, so that's what was shocking to me. Que duraron un buen juego all the way. All the way.
Yeah, I watched the since Messi's game got delayed by like I think 45 to an hour. I think
Mm,
I was watching that one, the Houston and Pachuca. It was alright. It was tight. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
nothing special.
Now, this live, guys, is not going to be that long. I don't know if Chupis is going to enter or not. I'm gonna go through Eli's list and caballos before me and you get into it, as they are part of the prediction league. Y como se llama, and if by then se mete Chupis, we'll give them the things. I don't know if you wanna. I only have. Oh wait, well I have the internet right here. Give me a second. I'm gonna put the la cómo se llama la League's Cup schedule. Hey, is that your thing chirping or mine?
What is it?
El beep beep.
I don't hear anything. You still hearing it?
Yeah, no. Well, it was chirping like beep la smoke alarm.
It might be me.
All right. So no. I was just wondering because like I was like, man, I think I heard that yesterday or like 2 days ago when we went live. I'm like, how does that not bug you? If it was you, I'm not here all day, so I can't really talk about myself. Okay, so tomorrow a las 5 o'clock, verga, a las 5 o'clock, or today más bien, van a ver 1, 2, 3, 4 games a las 5 y 2 games 5:30 and 7:30. So we're gonna have to choose from teams to teams. And Eli, you're gonna be shocked, Daniel. I don't know if these fuckers are playing a prank on me. I don't know how the fuck it's possible if I texted one at one time and messaged the other fool at another time. All I know is that they're winning 4-0 right now, right? They chose Miami. They chose ¿cómo se llama? Ay,
LAFC.
LAFC. They chose Dallas, and they chose the other team,
Houston.
Houston. Y cómo se llama? It's a shocker because I'm reading their list right now, and it's the same thing.
What do you
They
mean?
they chose the same. Todos los teams son igual.
So they're like working as a team.
I don't know. They got together and they're like, let's screw them over. So mira, for the first game, New York Red Bulls contra New York City, they both win New York Red Bulls, right? Y luego on the next game, Pumas contra Querétaro, they both win Querétaro. And then the Atlas contra New England, they both win New England. The next game is Philadelphia versus DC United. They both win DC United. All right. Y el otro día, tomorrow, está el game de Cruz Azul contra Charlotte. They both win Charlotte. Y luego León contra Salt Lake City. They both win León. So those are the games for tomorrow, Thursday, or today. Sorry, today, Thursday, because it is midnight. And then on Friday, there's another también como 5 games. Está Chicago Fire contra América, Cincinnati contra Nashville, Columbus versus Minnesota, Toluca contra Sporting KC, Monterrey versus Portland, and Tigres versus Vancouver. So these fools, obviously, los dos son chivistas, so they were not going to choose America. So they both fucking win with Chicago. And then on Cincinnati and Nashville, they both win Nashville. Y luego en Columbus contra Minnesota, they both win Columbus. Toluca versus Sporting KC, they both win Toluca. Monterrey Portland, they both win Monterrey. And then Vancouver versus Tigres, they both win Tigres. So if on round 32, they can probably go 16-0, los dos igualitos. I don't know if they're playing a prank on me. I just thought it was fucking random, and I was like, what the fuck? And even Caballo texted me by saying, oh, I'm so sleepy, that was the easiest way to do it, because I literally took screenshots de todos los teams y se los mandé de los games, así como un screenshot. And he literally edited and put a little square on each one de los winners, while Eli basically texted me back just the winners, like this, así. So era muy diferente el estilo, and they chose the same teams at a different time zone. Uno me contestó como a las 9 y el otro me contestó a las 10:40. So I don't know if these fools are like, hey, let's fuck around with Ralas y a ver si el menso se emociona and goes the other route, which I do see some games where I can go the other route. So let's bring it right back, right? So we're gonna go, and there you go. I'm gonna have a pen right here, so I can write yours, so that when I do the little lista tomorrow, I know who you got, and that way I can keep better track of it. And then of course I'll do me right here. All right, Danny, for New York City versus New York Red Bulls. I don't know if you did your, ¿cómo se llama la palabra?
Prediction thing, I didn't do it, but I'll answer it.
No, sí, no. I meant to say your research. Like, I don't know, you saw highlights, quién ganó y todo eso. I know I did a little bit, and I've been watching the league, so I kind of know teams a little bit better. All right, so New York Red Bull versus New York City. Who do you have?
I got Red Bulls.
Red Bulls. All right. I'm going to go New York City because after they lost against Atlas, they looked really good against Toronto. So I'm going to go New York City. Y luego está Pumas contra Querétaro.
I got Pumas.
Pumas? Me too. I actually have Pumas.
I got Pumas.
And then, of course, you got New England versus Atlas.
I'm going to have to go with Atlas. No, you know what? I'm going to go with England.
Vete a la verga.
I wanted to go with the Mexican team, but
they've been failing.
England is, they're second in their division, in their conference play.
Sí, cierto. And also, before we continue with this, ¿tú piensas que we just doubted the MLS a lot and teams are better than what we thought? ¿O piensas que los mexicanos, los jugadores de la Liga Mexicana, están entrando bien soft y nos están esperando que son buenos?
So they didn't expect them to be this good.
And us as fans, the same thing, right? Us as fans, we were thinking like we got this shit. Y no es así. Like the MLS, out of 28 teams, they have 12 good. Mínimo. All right, so you win New England. Obviously, I will never go against my team. We won both games. And Caicedo.
I mean, he did score that one last game, no?
He did, and it was a pretty tight goal. So I ain't gonna lie about that, pero me agüita el vato.
La Caicedo girl.
Oh, che golazo esa vieja. Y luego ¿lleva 2 goles?
Yeah.
Lleva 2 goles. Y luego you got Philadelphia versus United. DC United.
Philadelphia.
Okay. Me too. Philadelphia. They are the subcampeones basically.
Okay.
They lost against ¿cómo se llama? LAFC last year. En penales. And they were going to win if it wasn't for fucking Gareth Bell. Que metió que era chilena o era cabecita, ¿no?
Sí. I think it was a half chilena.
Ajá. All right, and then todavía mañana we have the Charlotte versus Cruz Azul.
Cruz Azul.
Really? You're going to go Cruz Azul? Ooh.
You know who plays there?
Fuck Antuna. I'm gonna go with ya se va a meter Chupis. Give me a second. So I'm gonna go with ¿cómo se llama este güey? With Charlotte. I'm gonna go with Charlotte.
You want to pause it?
Yeah. Mr. Chupis Guevara, welcome to the live. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Tu Wi-Fi?
No, güey, no, I'm not in fucking. Ya no puedo abrir el carro, güey.
What do you mean?
Sí, valió verga.
Oh, shit.
Please break the window.
No mames, ya valió verga.
Métete por la cajuela. Does your key sirve la cajuela?
King
So mira, usually las cajuelas, you can pop the trunk y luego ellos tienen como un lever so that the seats can move forward. And then you can go in through, there.
Y tiene, pero no sé. Oye. A ver, vamos a calar.
A ver, a que ver, a que ver.
A ver.
Ya valió, verga.
Maybe you have the wrong keys, güey.
No, es la única aquí que tengo.
¿Y cómo no quiere abrir la de esta, güey? No mames. ¿Y cómo no puede abrir la de esta?
Ando para acabar, ando el terreno.
Eso. Neta que la vida de Chupis es una aventura. Este güey, si hacen un podcast así professionally done de su life story, that fool will tell you so many stories, las aventuras que ha vivido el güey.
Ya valió, verga. Una aventura es que ya valió, verga.
Are you at least by your paddle?
Nah, I'm by here by the fucking tipo la Fergie, güey.
Verga, ni siquiera está cerquita de la house de tu tía.
No, ya valió. Te lo voy a abrir, güey. Es que esta
Che, Chupis.
¿Pero qué estás diciendo que qué?
No, we're just talking about the predictions on the Leagues Cup. Ahorita te vamos a decir a tú quién piensas que va a ganar.
Who's in it? There's a lot of teams here.
Sí, de la MLS contra Liga Mexicana, güey. The one that would basically... ¿Ah?
Está Messi.
Ándale.
You saw about that shit? Messi scored.
Twice today. Dani, you there? No, I just want to make sure that you're there. I was going to tell you something.
No, yeah, sorry.
I told you, if Messi stays for 5 years and he were to score, if I think I told you it was either 36 or 37 or 27 goals per season for 5 years, that he can break the all-time record de la MLS. That fool right now at the ratio que lleva, van 3 games, 5 goals. So maybe in 2 years or 3 years, tiene que ser el doble de lo que dije, which is possible because that fool's doing it in the Leagues Cup. So I ask you, do you think he's going to break the record, or do you think he's going to come close to it, or at least top 10?
You're asking me or Chupi?
I'm asking you right now because Chupis looks like he's fucking busy.
Give me like 2 minutes.
Sí, está bien. Just mute your mic. Okay. No, está bien.
All right. So I don't want to give a prediction out right now. I think I'm gonna wait para que se acabe la Leagues Cup. But because I think the MLS teams I think they're gonna respect them. Yeah, like it's gonna be in their league. What's it different? Like, you get me? To answer your question, I see if he does stay those 5 years, he'll break it.
He'll break it. So you do believe que va a meter un gol por juego? Basically, that would be the ratio. So in 36 games, if I did the math right, I think he has to score 36 goals. So es un gol por juego for 5 years, if he were to stay.
Yeah, and he'll score a goal each game. Si lo juegan more than like 60 minutes, he'll score a goal.
The only thing I'm thinking, él as a jugador, do you think he's going to want to play every single game?
If like his ego of wanting to be the best in the league, como tú dices, breaking the record, whatever, he might.
Do you think?
He only has 2.5 seasons. They don't have como dices tú, the 5 years. They only, from what I've read and everything, I think it was only 2.5 seasons.
2.5 seasons. So.
But he could get to renew the contract y se queda otros.
Yeah. Especialmente si mira que se la lleva bien leve. he's like, you know what? I can do this for another year or two. Easy, like it's a retirement league. It's a es donde se van a retirar todos, basically. O como Saudi. That's what it's becoming.
But I think that's slowly going to turn into así como, I don't know who to compare it with, but it's players así que they're so young or like a little bit past their prime, van a estar yendo para Saudi League. Like right now, there's a bunch of players.
Well,
thanks to who?
I would say because because soccer is so big, like bigger than NBA and all that. Not all the good players se van a ir a Saudi. Haz de cuenta que unos van a venir para acá porque Saudi no se mira que le están ofreciendo a todos. Nomás son como selective y unos cuantos millions. Like not everybody's going to get that big ass contract. Como al HH, Saudi no le ofreció a HH. So él se vino para la MLS. So you have to go with who pays you. Y if unless Saudi somehow empieza a soltar un chingo de dinero to all the players, I would probably think que Saudi se va a hacer una stronger league than MLS in unos 10 years. Pero we are talking about like they're putting so much money into it que se traigan estrellas around their prime, like 33, 34, 35, 36, y ya not past it where it's 37, 38, and 39. Así como un Iniesta que ya está viejo, un Busquets, un Cristiano Ronaldo who's actually old even though he's still good. Yeah, so I mean that's how I would see it. Que si crece va a ser porque van a comprar a muchos young, que van a tratar de comprar young players who are competitive. Other than that, no sé si nomás con una estrella grande se va a crecer la liga. Que ahorita son tres. Está Cristiano, Benzema y ¿quién era el otro güey? El de France. So ahorita son las tres estrellas grandes de la Saudi League.
Well, there's other players here and there también en Ronaldo, sí. Mane just joined.
Sí. Y en la MLS está, por ejemplo, está Messi, está Busquets, even though they're in the same team. Está Carlitos Vela, está Chicharo, está HH. So there's a lot of consistent players que it's more competitive because están throughout. Y luego son 27 fucking teams or 28 teams. So and then from what I heard, they're going to add 2 more teams. I think Las Vegas is going to get one. I forgot who's the other one. So it's going to be... And not going to lie, I'll repeat it and I'll keep saying it. If Luton Town in the English Premier with 10,000 seat can be in League Number 2, o sea, la segunda, I don't see why Santana can't put their stadium and be a fucking team in the MLS with a 9,000 seat stadium.
No, but I think you heard it también, que dice que they're making them expand their stadium so they can hold more people. Or I think renew it porque ya está viejito el stadium.
So from Luton Town, se me hace que le van a subir a una extra layer de seats. So on top of the seat stadium, haz de cuenta como que le van a sumar más y ser como otros 10,000 on top so they can be 20,000. This is the problem though. That's a big investment. ¿Y qué pasa si desciende?
No, but I still, I mean, that's a possibility, high possibility. But I still think se van a llenar los estadios. Imagine que llegue pinche Liverpool versus Luton Town.
Ahí van a agarrar la feria. Chelsea. Yeah. Well, I mean, dependiendo de cuándo juegan home and away, right? Pero se me hace que en la liga, that's the only thing that sucks about like la liga, la Premier League, Italy League, que 1 year you only play home. ¿Verdad? So son 30 teams, 15 teams you play home, 15 games you play away. Or 14 and 14, right? 14 and 14. Pero you only do it once a year. So like you said, if it was Liverpool this year, next year ya no te toca jugar with home. So si no juega con none of the big teams in Luton Town y desciende, that sucked for them. That completely sucked.
I never knew that they did it like every year.
Sí, so I said because it's si te pones, no. I think you're right, actually. No, it's home and away for 1 year porque si la Liga Mexicana hace 2 tournaments within 1 year Y son 18. See, no, my bad. That was my mistake. It's just that I thought it was because it was a lot of teams. 30. Todo dependiendo. A ver, déjame ir real quick. Déjame ir real quick.
31, no? 31?
I'll see right now. Premier League. Premier League. Oh shit. What the fuck did I do?
Rollers,
Monday.
we went sidetrack bien grave.
¿Cómo?
Ya estamos hablando de Luton Town.
No, está bien. Es que me dijo que le diéramos 2 minutes. So I want to give him time. I do have the time check right here. I do have the timestamp. We're at 25 minutes. So no hay pedo. No, don't you worry about that because I want to get this. It's soccer. So right now we're talking soccer. If it would have been boxing and then we jump to soccer, es donde me agüito. Como I'm going to try to go live on Saturday for, ¿cómo se llama? For the Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz.
Live on Twitch or on Instagram?
Ay, la verga, on Twitch. I'm not even on Twitch. I should put the podcast on Twitch. Okay, my bad. Son 20 teams on la Premier League. I always thought it was a lot more. So, yes, entonces juegan 38 times. Perdón, sí, 38 times. So, yes, they get one home, one away. So, yeah, they'll make their money. Mira, fácil, mira. Which Arsenal? They'll make their money right there. Chelsea, fucking Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Newcastle, Tottenham in a way. Yeah, they can make their fucking money back easily.
¿Cuánto le va a costar hacer eso? ¿Como unos $500,000?
I wouldn't know, to be honest. It's all the construction and all that. Let me ask Google. Hey Google, how much does it cost to make a 10,000 seat stadium? Because they're only adding 10,000. How much does it cost to build a 10,000 10K seat stadium? Seat in Premier League. Okay. 10,000 seat? No, stadium. So, Monday? Oh, that was nice. How much does it cost to build a 10,000 seat football stadium? Okay, well, let's think about it that it might be half, but it's between 90 million and 100 million to build a 10,000 seat football stadium. From scratch. So they're only adding, so let's go with half. 45 mil. 45 million, probably. See, porque aquí dice for a 20,000 seat is 100 million, 200 million. 5,000 seat stadium. And a 5,000 seat stadium is less. Dice que como like 10 million. Pero I think regulations for Premier League, you do have to have a 20,000 seat. So, yeah, está carito. Yo nunca sabía eso. Yo nunca sabía que it's expensive to build a stadium. All right, so we did stop on the game de Cruz Azul versus Charlotte. You went Cruz Azul. I went Charlotte. I don't know, bro. Like, as much as I love Tuca, I just don't think Cruz Azul has anything, güey.
They have a right winger.
Who fucking cuts too much?
No, neta, la last game sí mandaba los centros.
Yeah,
Me hacía la fake a mí, because I thought he was
Te burlaba también a ti entonces. Yeah, I don't know. Like, as much as I want Cruz Azul to win, because I want the Mexicans to represent. I think they won their games. Ganaron bien. No, I don't think se fueron a los penales. So they also look strong. Yeah, I have to go against it. Pasaron por penales, güey. No pasaron porque ganaron. El Cruz Azul. Yeah, so I have to go with Charlotte. Okay. Now, the next game at 7:30 p.m. This is the last game de la noche. León contra Salt Lake City. Before you answer, if León wins, they face LAFC, and that's the rematch de la CONCACAF that we had, a couple of months back. So, in a way, I would love to see a rematch because they just won 7-1. But Salt Lake City is fucking cold. So,
van a jugar aquí, creo. They're gonna play here.
oh, so they're not actually playing in their on their de donde son los teams.
Well, yeah, van a jugar en LAFC. I think I don't know why I have this game right there in LA también contra que vayan en.
Oh, I think I know why. I think okay, so I'm guessing que si entras como del the head of the table, you choose the stadium. So let's say if it would have been Salt Lake as a ¿Dónde va a ser el game? ¿Dices que va a ser aquí el game?
From what the I can't close it.
No, I got it right here. I got it right here. American First Field Stadium. Where is that at? Give me a second. Ah, you left, cabrón. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me or no?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're just frozen.
All right, I'm gonna leave again and come back because it tripped out.
Okay, está bien, está bien. As you can see, people, they're gonna play in Salt Lake City, just like I said. Let me check the weather for Salt Lake. Weather in Salt Lake. Ah, fuck. Can't see it. Dark, people. Let me see if I can. Can I kick him out? How do you kick him out? I've never done this, so I don't know how to kick him out. How do you kick him out? There you go. Yo. Hey.
Did I should text out because I had exited? I swiped up. You say so trip out.
No, that's fine. It's fine. Okay. So the weather at Salt Lake City to va a estar lloviendo, you see?
But they're playing there. Oh.
Yeah, they are playing. They are playing there. So it doesn't even matter if you win as head of the table. You're still gonna play at the other opponent's home. So that kind of sucks. For lo que estoy diciendo, this Leagues Cup for their first year is not bad, but there's a lot of screws that need to be tightened. A lot of screws que, por decirlo, I understand that Salt Lake is the home aquí in United States, but it's not fair for León to win their game and then still play at Salt Lake City. They should be able to choose where they want to play. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So por decirlo como el Atlas que ganó sus two games y New England entró como second, Atlas should would have said, I'm like, well, I want to play in San Diego. Y ya New England se la pela, they have to come over here. But no, they're going to go play at New England. So now I see where people were complaining, like, even if you win, you still have to play at your opponent's house. Unless you're playing fucking Columbus in Minnesota. Columbus is first place, so they're going to go and play at Columbus. So now I see the complaints that they're saying. So, okay, León, Salt Lake. León.
I don't want LAFC to face León, but León's pretty good.
León. I like, even though I haven't gone to Salt Lake City, I have family there. So I kind of have a sweet spot, but I have to go with León. I do have to go with León. All right, León. Locked and loaded. Se acaba allí los games on Thursday night a las 9:30. Si hay penales, hay penales. Si no, no. This is the one that aquí.
But si gana en penalties, is that still considered a win?
Yes, so pasan al siguiente round. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this is a fun one that I was looking at. Chicago contra Club América. The reason I said it's a fun one porque Cuauhtémoc jugó en Club América y Cuauhtémoc jugó en Chicago Fire. He left a legacy in both.
You think you'll be there?
That'll be fun, but I don't think so. I think he's a mayor todavía, ¿no?
O neta de Querétaro, ¿no?
Algo así. No, so.
¿Quién era?
Chicago Fire contra América. I'm going to go with América. Tienen a Quiñones. I hate América. I don't want them to win this tournament. If I want to go ahead into everything, I don't want América to win. I'd rather have an MLS team win. But tienen a Quiñones, so I have to go with América.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go América too.
You're a Chivista, though, bro. you're like you're like it's a prediction league. I can't.
It's a prediction. Como dices tú, let's say this was money wise, you're gonna have to go with the team you think might win.
Sí, no, it's true. It's true. So aquí pusimos América los dos.
Hey, Rábalas, y también está la bomba nuclear.
Fuck that fool. Dude. That fool's a fucking club player. Well, because he's a club player, tiene que meter sus goles. But perdieron 4-1, güey. So that's kind of scary. So te digo, no sé si
Because
los.
I feel like after, I don't know, it was the third goal, the second goal, America, well, the other team got super confident. America couldn't do shit no more.
And it's crazy because you actually we're talking about this, right? Like, oh, crees que se dejaron, crees que esto, crees que aquello. But that shit usually does happen también en la UEFA Champions. You know, when you look Manchester City contra Real Madrid, que ahora va a hacer, le ponen una pinche destruction de 4-0, 5, no me acuerdo cuánto era. And I'm like, you don't think about it. Like, if it can happen to big teams, it can happen to big teams over here too. Aunque the money wise es muy diferente, you know, like Manchester City is $1 billion team, America's a $100 million team, or lo que sea. So like you start thinking about that shit, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm like, it can happen. They can destroy a team if they're not playing home. After that, we have so esos games también van a ser a las 5 o'clock. So Cincinnati versus Nashville.
Fuck Cincinnati, but they're gonna win.
You know what's the worst part? They had to wait 2 days para hacerlo official.
2 days.
Oh, one day extra. I am gonna go with Cincinnati as well porque they were number one in their conference and they really look good against Chivas. Y que me acuerde, iban perdiendo contra Minnesota 2-0, if I recall, y les dieron la vuelta y ganaron, se me hace que 3-2, o empataron y se fueron a los penales, one of those two.
No era Sporting Kansas City.
Oh yeah, Sporting Kansas City. Yeah, you're right, Sporting Kansas City. Y another thing, cuando te dije que de los... Sí. So cuando te dije también de los crews, they need to be a little bit tight. That's another thing on the bracket. Like, por decirlo, if you're like in the World Cup, if you're in the same group stage and number 1 and number 2 pass out of the 4 teams que están in the group stage, you don't get to play them again until the actual final. So they're giving you a chance to get your rematch if you guys lost to play in the final. Y aquí, like Cruz Azul will still have to fucking face Miami instead of facing them in the final, which is kind of, I didn't like that. I was like, all right, you guys have to need to tighten up the Liga. I'm liking it so far, but I mean, we are losing. I am a big Liga MX fan, so cuando miré que todos los teams perdieron, me agüité. Today said 7-1, bueno mames. Yeah, ese golazazo, neta.
También el player que nadie dice, pues, que Vela, whatever, el Boanga, he scored a hat-trick.
Sí, miren los highlights. He's good. I need to, I'm gonna be honest, a la MLS casi nomás le ponía atención en las playoffs. O por decirlo, si un player que conocía yo como cuando jugaba Marquez y Henry con Red Bulls, I would watch the game or highlights. Cuando jugaba Cuauhtémoc en Chicago Fire, miraba highlights. Cuando yo jugaba Pavel Pardo, I think he played in Chicago Fire as well, if I recall. También lo miraba. So I would see when big players would come from, especially from Liga MX, a jugar allí, los miraba mucho los highlights and games. So I never got to actually see la MLS, los teams hasta ahorita. And bro, some teams fucking suck. La defensa valen verga, bro. Like, neta, yo no sé cómo no me hice professional yo. Just because, no sé, güey. I don't understand their defense, güey. I don't. Like, no sé, güey. Anyways. No, pues, on... ajá. And that's not even an MLS team, güey. That's Liga Mexicana, sí, pinche portero mental. Like, what the fuck? Y todo el defensa todo pendejo ahí. Like, oh my god. I don't fucking get them. Anyways, Columbus versus Minnesota.
I got the crew.
Columbus Crew. you're going Columbus Crew.
You chose another one?
No, I think I want to go Columbus. I think I do want to go Columbus. They just tienen more history. I do feel that they are more. Cuando miré poquito los highlights, se miran más stern, más firme. So I'm gonna go Columbus. Y luego, Toluca versus Sporting KC.
Ya va a ser pulido by then, so I'm gonna go Sporting KC.
Sporting KC. I can't go against Toluca as much as I hate them. I don't hate them. I just le ganaron al Atlas en 1997, 99, por ahí. Pero
Todavía tienes esa espinita ahí,
ándale, it's just that I hate how they had Cardoso for many years, and I wish I could have had him in my team. I wish how they had Vicente Sanchez. I wish I could have had him in my team. So like little shit like that, like eran great players.
But you hated them.
I just hated it. Yeah, it's one of those things. We got to have Carlos Maria Morales that played for them, and he played for us. He metió muchos goles. But I don't know. It's like it's a love-hate relationship. Like I respect you guys, but stay away from me. But I have to respect you that you're always a good team. You're always there, siempre compitiendo. And they are number 3 in la Liga Mexicana. Everybody forgets they have more championships than Cruz Azul. It's just that they don't have. Cruz Azul tiene 9, I think, or 8. Y Toluca tiene 9 or 10. Yeah, algo así, porque me acuerdo que they're the closest one to catching up to las Chivas. We're still talking about like by 2 championships or something like that, but
I think it's by 2, yeah. So I think it's 10 and 12.
sí, porque like no le convenía cuando se fueron a la final contra Pachuca que no ganara el Toluca, because it would have been closer to you guys. Anyway, so but I am going with Toluca. Like I said, they're a respectful team. Then you got Monterrey contra Portland. I believe that one's going to be an easy one to choose.
Yep, I got
Monterrey. Yo también. It's an obvious choice. Y si no ganan los hijos de su pinche madre, me van a agüitar, because then I'm like, then after that we don't have hope. And then,
we still have Cruz Azul.
and then we got el México. El Messi mexicano con Tigres, which they have Osiel Herrera. They have the other Mexican guy. ¿Cómo se llama ese güey? ¿Córdoba o cómo? Córdoba. They have Niñac against Vancouver, who are from Canada, and it might be fucking cold up there. And I think Monterrey is hot because they are in a volcano, ¿qué no?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that can affect them, but I still have to go. Yo, personalmente, I have to go Tigres.
Me too.
Even though they don't look as strong. No era para que quedaran campeones los hijos de su pinche madre. Se les durmió el gallo a las Chivas y pues ni modo,
Bien
dormido. That was the prediction league. So far, I've been liking the league. Have you liked the league?
Yeah, not so much when the things that they do that go against the Mexican team. Como dices tú, the home games que siempre van a ser home de la MLS.
Y eso obvio se va a arreglar. Como a lot of people estaba hablando en el group chat, they were saying que favorecen mucho a la MLS, ¿no? Que they're trying to make los Mexican teams look like shit or something like that. Dije, yeah, but I'm like, para la Libertadores y la Sudamérica lo hicieron for many years. And we always complain about it, but we like to go over there. But because I feel like because that's the southern countries, we have this hatred against Argentina and Brazil and all that, we wanted to go there. Y aquí este hatred towards the Americans or the American teams is different. Como que los choca más. When in reality, I'm like, it's the same bullshit, bro. We gotta choose our battles. Dije, the good thing is that for Mexico, it's growing. El fútbol va a crecer. En mi opinión.
Yeah, it's growing. They gotta send more young
Sí, como te pones a pensar, right now, las Chivas jugaron ya al Cuti, ¿no? Jugó su first game o su second game.
Yeah, I think he already has 3.
3 games, ok. Y luego no me acuerdo qué más compraron. Y según querían comprar a este güey Alan Pulido, right? So if you think about it, como el Atlas que vendió Ciela Herrera, que vendió todos ellos, el Atlas tiene al new player Hermoso y a Caicedo. So this tournament helps them to get that chemistry, helps en cómo se miran and all that. Y si pasan al next round, se van agarrando la chemistry. So in a way, for the Liga Mexicana, it grows, pero también it grows with Mexican players because now they're trying more Mexican players, more this, more that. Como ese pinche mudo, para mí era una banca, pero acá en el Atlas he's shining. And I was like, all right. And now that you sold all the fucking team, I'm like, okay, now I want him to get him. You have to play him. You have to. Y está metiendo goles.
That is pretty good. When I first saw him, it was in todavía en Santos, but in the Olympics.
En el Olympics, ajá.
It was pretty good.
Y
entraba de sub y metía su gol.
Ajá, exacto. Así que entraba, entraba de sub. Y ahorita está jugando de starter. Y viendo aquí en el Leagues Cup no ha metido gol, metió sus goles en la Liga Mexicana. So I think that him losing Julio Furch, him losing Ociel Herrera, who he didn't really play with anyways. Y tampoco no jugó con Quiñones, so that didn't really affect him. Pero el huevo que se expulsó en el first game, he's been playing with new people setting it up. And that's only my team. El Atlas, like if we talk with Chivas, if we talk with América, el América que están tratando esta formation de pinche Quiñones, Henry Martin y casi toda la pinche forward allá enfrente y que se entendieron y luego que perdieron. So it's chemistry. It's always good for the teams. Y como se llama, like I said, if they can tighten up some screws on the Leagues Cup, that I feel this would be a better tournament later on. They gotta darle algo un poquito más de, como te dije, pues si gana Toluca que entró como the first de su grupo, they should have the option to choose para dónde ir a jugar.
Because even though, what do they play every, like, well, right now they're going to play every 2 or 3 days, ¿no?
Algo así. Ajá, so mira, como ahorita Tuesday, que viene siendo Tuesday, jugó Messi y va a jugar el domingo.
Jugó Messi Wednesday, yesterday.
Oh, yeah, Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday y va a jugar el domingo. So that's still Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, there's time to choose. I understand why they don't want to do that because ¿qué tal si el estadio no quiere prestar? Like, you know, like... Porque por decirlo, si tú eres de Orlando, let's say Orlando didn't make it into the group stage or pasó de la group stage. I'm pretty sure they're not going to want Toluca contra pinche Cincinnati in fucking Florida. You're not going to be able to sell tickets because no one gives a fuck about Cincinnati and no one will probably give a fuck about Toluca. But I feel that all the Mexican teams will choose all the southern states to be closer to their home. Y ¿cómo se llama? That would be the only right way to do it. Como I'm pretty sure que Tigres y Monterrey, they would rather play in Houston or Austin or in San Antonio porque it's closer to Monterrey. Y ya como Guadalajara and all them, I'm pretty sure they want to play in Los Ángeles. Well, de por sí Chivas y América jalan gente no matter where they go. Pero I'm saying like they would rather get like those Hispanic states para que llegue la gente. And if they can tweak that for next year, I think we'll have a better tournament.
But this tournament is going to be every year?
If it's a hit, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a hit. I don't see this tournament failing other than cuando jugó, por decirlo, como Mazatlán contra Juárez, que nadie se fue al stadium. Que te dije yo, hey, Danny, if we were to go to the stadium, I'm like, hey, wait, $15 to be all the way in the front, would you go? Even though we don't go for those two teams? You said, yeah, why not? Y I'm like, yo también, ¿por qué no? I'm like, you're in your hometown. Haz de cuenta que vinieran aquí al Anaheim Stadium. Right? They're right here, 15 minutes out. Y que fuera pinche Juárez contra Morelia, que Morelia subiera or something. Actually, se va a llenar porque Morelia carries people. There's a lot of people from Michoacán. So let's bring it back to Juárez and Mazatlán. Y que llegaran aquí al Anaheim Stadium. Y que los tickets to be in the middle and front to be $15, I would fucking go. just to experience a professional game que es importante as opposed to a friendly game.
Yeah, because most of the time que viene a Mexico es friendly.
Ajá. Y esa es la razón que no matter if you enter, si es México, el equipo mexicano, si entra como cabeza, tienen que jugar como Tigres, que entró como cabeza, y va a ir a jugar a Vancouver, o sea, Canada. They have to go play over there because Vancouver is going to carry their people. And if Vancouver were to come over here to San Diego, nobody gives a shit about Vancouver. So I see why they're doing it like that. It's just not fair for the Mexican teams. And especially right now in the knockout stage. Que de qué sirvió entonces entrar de primero.
Yeah, but next time they're gonna be like, okay, we don't, let's try new players. We only need to win one.
Yeah. So right now, because the games end on Friday, the only thing I can tell you is that if we go live and do this, it'll probably be after the fight on Saturday. If you watch the fight, we'll talk about the fight, and then we'll give our predictions for round 16. Yes. Y así I'll message these fuckers. I'm like, esos ganaron. Y te dije, I don't know. I'm hoping that's a fucking prank, bro. Because I'm like, when I saw that shit, I'm like, how the fuck do you guys think it alike? I'm like, I don't even know if you guys are keeping up with the fucking Leagues Cup. Y para que every single option sea igual, desde los de today. So if these fools win every single game, they're 16-0, los dos juntos.
No,
They're not.
Hey, but I do think something. I think it's great on it. Yeah.
Por decirlo, mira, I know that they chose fucking Chicago Fire because they don't like America. They're chivistas. I know they chose fucking New England because they don't want Atlas. I know that they chose Charlotte because they don't like Cruz Azul. So they basically went against the big teams. Por decirlo, el Pumas escogieron a pinche Querétaro. Like, who the fuck would choose Querétaro over Pumas? Maybe Chupis. Even though le va el Pumas del güey, ¿verdad? Yeah, well, anyways, I'm going to edit my last question Q&A video. We'll see you guys Saturday after the fight. And, of course, if we're not busy. I don't know if I'll go late or in between like 9 or 10, something like that. But we'll definitely hit you up and good luck. I mean, we are losing against these fools. They're 4-0.
We're losing by what?
By 2. So all we need is que pierdan todos ellos. Y me están diciendo, ¿qué vamos a ganar? Dije, nada, güey. It's just bragging rights. Bragging rights is always good. I always love bragging rights. Any people? You guys have yourself a good night. Laters. All right, amigazos, thank you for joining for this Leagues Talk. I am enjoying this Leagues Cup, as you heard me. Hopefully you guys been watching it. And if you're not, hopefully you enjoyed the talk. At the end of the day, it's just content about sports. Next week, it can be basketball. The week after that, hey, guess what? Football's coming. Football is coming in town. And we are going to get into those predictions as well. But anyways, mi gente, you guys have yourself a good night, sweet dreams, or a good morning, and have a good day. Anywho, keep it cool. Adios.